future reference, I'm going to send you this recording after the meeting as well. So let's go and create a task under the same project. So you see, this is my list of the tasks.
Wait a second, I'm just moving around. System.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, sorry, noise.
So you see, D1 is my project. I'm going to create a task for it, and under a task, I'm going to show you how you can go. Let's say for superstructure. Superstructure is going to be my task under my project D1, and based on this is my task. You see, this is the path where I'm exactly working. So this is my task name. It has the statuses and priority and some other elements, and the time. You can also define the timeline for the task as well under the project. So my task is created, and how I'm going to create and how I'm going to request based on a task under a project. That is what exactly the procurement is going to be triggered from. So before I go to trigger the particular document, I want to show you that what is the cycle here. So you see, this is a material request document. That is what is going to be working for you to request anything you want on site for a project, and this will push further for the RFQs or maybe supply quotations and for the purchasing element in a purchasing department. But this is the source document, and this document is also going to be reflecting on the task on top of task, and from where you can this is the list in it. This is a record. These are some filters. This document has multiple purposes. If you want to trigger a request for a purchase, you have to choose a purchase, and this is the list, and all those created records will line up in here with with their name and numbers and date and some other stuff. You can create a new record from here. So if you click a new blank form will open, and you see the same purposes here. You can request that which for which who you are in fact employee.
Okay, requested by
employee employee. Let's say Osam is this you, Osam?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So you see, just type the name that who is requesting, when this document is recorded, and when do you want items, and for which project. So D1 is my project. You see, and this is the one D1.
Okay.
So you choose D1, and some other. This is the item table. You can scan item if you want. If there is an item, this thing is coming from item master. You can scan it if you want, and you can.
Rahsan, actually, for choosing the project, this is the point I'm talking about. Fad responsible about the Dubai project, so he can't change the project.
Yeah, that's what.
He make a material request for only this project.
So no problem. I'll first create a user and I'll log in through the user to show you how does it look like if I restrict him for a project. Yeah. So Sam, please give me your email
Okay.
ID. What is your email ID?
Husam, HUSAM, Zaid, ZAYD, at Skyline CO. .ae. That's it.
So Sam, I'm creating a user, and I'm going to share your credentials after the meeting as well. I also Fad, can you send me your email address in the?
Fad, he's on a phone call right now. Give him 1 minute. He's on a phone call with the project manager.
Okay, no problem. So I'm going to give you rights since you are a project manager, and you are going to be some requesting purchase for a stock user has to be open, and I'm going to default I'm going to set your password as SowaanERP. I'll share your password as well. But technically, this is your password, but I'm going to share it as well after the meeting. So, and I'll log in from your user, and I'll show you how you can trigger a material request from your user for an item for only for one project, which is going to be D001, yani, because you are restricted to it. So just give me a minute, I'll just open this. So you see, I'm going to go into incognito mode, where I'm going to log in as a SOM. This is my user, and I'm going to incognito, and this is skyline.sowanerp.com. This is cloud hosted TRP. It is this is the the URL which Hamam can help you to get it, or maybe you can remember skyline.sowanerp.com, and you will land up in here. Just insert your email ID, or maybe your your username, yani, and your password, and this will take you in. So this is in fact your password. This will take you in, and only the limited scope which your user has will reflect in your under your user. So you see, only quantity surveyors and only project manager project model is reflecting in here. And based on quantity surveyor, this is the document which you can compose to request for anything under a project. So if you go here, you see this is Sam, you see the user is here, Sam's here, and this is home button, and these are modules. And if you click, the module will appear like this. So let's go to quantity surveyor and open material request to request for something based on your project. Now before I go, I want to show you Hamam. Can you see it? He has access to all the projects. So I go into my user. I'm here in my user, and I'm going to apply user permission on Osam user. So I want to restrict Osam for a project, and that is only the D001. This for all documents in the year, everywhere. Osam is restricted to this project here. So if I go back and you refresh, you see it's working now. So Sam cannot even see anything other than this D001. This is you want, Danny. This is what you want, Danny.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry. 1 minute.
Okay.
So you see, as far as project is concerned, he cannot see any other project. He can only see the one D0. So you see, you just check it and start.
And I can limit the request by also, right?
Yeah, you can even you can register by this thing the same way. Even if I go back to some user, some that this thing is controlling ESS interface for each employee. So it will automatically be controlled by his name, and he will not be able to show. He will not be accessing any other employee details. But you see, it looks like we have to go to employee master, and to map his user with this employee. So I'll go to Osam and open Osam, and I'll map Osam with this user which I just created. You see, this will restrict him the same way he is, that he is not going. He is not. You see, now it's affected. So you see, he is not able to see any other employee other than himself. The same way the project 001.
Yeah,
So,
I got it. Thank you.
so you see here, he has to start working with the Fahd, I think, can you mute your mic? It's so much noisy from your side. Please mute your mic. So you see, this is all item master and there are so many items. And if I go back, or maybe I can show you from this right from the Osam screen, you can see to it that we are composing a material request for requested by will fill up automatically because he has no choice other than his own name. The same way they project the D1, and right from here he can start pick and choose the particular item which he want to request. But before I move forward, I want to show you something here. So you see here in the quantity surveyor, you have single items and you have group items, the bundle items, where there is a parent and where there are child under the same parent. You have defined them here. So your BOQ team, your the quantity survey team will create them, and you are not supposed to be creating them because BOQ is your first document and it has everything, the child items, the parent items, and everything in it. And based on your BOQ, which you define in your BOQ, the single items and the bundle items, all the combination of these two are already there in the BOQ. And you are composing a material request, and system is offering you to pick and choose either the item one by one, or maybe you can come in here to pick and choose one parent item at a time, or the whole BOQ items at a one click. Yeah, I'll show you. For example, I want to request cement blocks. So you see, these are item master. You can type cement. System will also bring anything which contains cement. But if you don't see your items, you can you have to search dynamically like a Google to make you available the same stuff which you are looking for. Let's say hollow blocks. You see, let's say I'm looking for this thing. So you just pick and choose this item, write the quantity and the unit of measurement is here, and which store you are requesting for. The same store is going to be something matching with your on-site store, and you must have to create an on-site store same as your project with the same name as project name. Yani. You should have a store here and, with the same name as D1. So you see, Osam do not have access. He does not have access to create the warehouse. I'm going to go into my screen and I'll create the warehouse for D1 here in the warehouse list. Warehouse also has a tree. Yani. The same tree is also be reflecting for project and task, and it's easy to work with. You see, but under the project under the company, I'm going to create D1, a virtual warehouse for my project. So you see, the D1 is created, and if you want, I can also restrict Osam to only to work with the D1. Yeah. So you see, D1 start appearing here. I'm here in Osam user. I can restrict the same way I applied the user permission. Osam, Hamam, you can apply user permissions for the warehouse for any user as well. Or maybe I can show you just it will take 1 minute. And if you go to the user permission, and you see this one I just applied for the sorry, this one I just applied for the project. You just choose a warehouse here and the D1 here. So it will for Osam a project D1 is defined for all documents. So he will only be seeing the D1 here. So I was talking about the item that you can pick and choose one by one here. And if you want, if you want to go to your BOQ, you can pull it right from here. Any parent item which has the child item under a BOQ, from a BOQ, yani. Or in fact, if you have a BOQ and you want to pull the whole BOQ, you can click in here. So let's click first here. So you see, system pop up another screen and asking you to select and to work with the BOQ. But you see, I did not allow Sam to work with the BOQ. So let's go back and allow him. Allow him because his user is new, so there will always be a requirement to configure or to assign him role so that he can start working completely with the stuff. Currently, I'm going to make him quantity surveyor as well because he is also a project manager. So obviously, he will be having access to all of the stuff like BOQ and So just a minute, yeah. Bit. Maybe I need to edit it. Mm, okay. Okay. Uh, So you see, right from here, you start appearing the BOQs. But since nobody from the quantity surveyor, in fact, created any BOQ, so I cannot show you any BOQ because I'm not here to create any record on your behalf. I'm going to train you to ask you to start working with the BOQs. But you see, there are BOQs. Let's say there's one, but still those are in draft mode. So only the completed records are going to be the one which are going to be, will be you can push, you can pull only the completed records. Let's say this BOQ which he's Saif is going to create, but he did not finish. It's not yet approved, yani. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one ready for you to make you understand that how you are going to pull the BOQ into your record. So this how does a approved BOQ look like? You see, this one is approved BOQ, which I just finished, yani. So this is the BOQ which they are working on. So let's go and pull this thing. And before I go and show you how you can pull it, you see there are two parent items, and those two parent those two items which you can pull in your reverse. So if to incognito into the those one, I'll check connection. Channel. Just project thing. From here, any for for any the whole BOQ or maybe the any particular items, any particular parent item which you want to pull, you can choose the quantity and you push it, and you see the child items will start appearing in and falling here for that particular item. The particular parent item which you chosen here, like this, yani. Let's say external machinery reward. And for this parent item, what do you want? The bundle is defined under the BOQ, and you define the quantity and you put it, and you see the particular child items for this particular parent are going to be falling in this table automatically. So for each line there is a required date, and the unit of measurement is there. Yeah. And if you want the this date to be fallen automatically to each line, you can just choose it again, and system will populate the whole required by date for each line, which you can even define or maybe change for any other line differently. Yani. This is how this is in fact just a request document, and you save it and you push it, yani, submit it, and that's then it is going to be for approval. Yani. In fact, as soon as you start going to push it request from site, and for this project and for this particular store, you see I did not choose the store for the rest of the line. You can choose it. Yani. You have to make sure, otherwise you can choose right here on the top. It will be affecting all those lines. Yani. The same way the date was working here from this one. Yani. So you see, if I choose here, system will automatically fill up all the lines. Same line for same warehouse. Choose it and push it further for approval. So it is pending for approval. As soon as the storekeeper or store, the on site will trigger this request, the project manager on site like Osam can approve or reject. He can himself, I am working from Osam's user. He himself can trigger a request which he can approve or reject by himself, like Osam, and it will further going to further it is approved by PM. So, but still, uh, if you go to see the status, still in draft mode, still waiting to be checked and to be promoted by the purchase. So this is the way you can request. You can create a request document for any items for a project triggering from a site. Material request is a document. I'll recompose again. You see, the type has to be the purchase requested by some will only be able to choose himself. The same case will go with Fahd. The same project. There's the recording date. This is when you want all the items to be available, and then you start working with the item table here. This is the item table. Item name and unit of measurement is here. The required date for the quantity, and for the same virtual warehouse you must create. And not Sam is not going to create. There is something to be done by the project manager or maybe somewhere like Hammam. So Hammam has to make sure that each project is created at the time of POQ or signing a contract, or the particular virtual warehouse for the same project is also has to be created for requesting the items and keeping a control under the same location warehouse, same project warehouse. So this is how you have to save it and submit it. And you see, this thing is bringing up the items from your BOQ itself, but it is one-to-one case. One parent item brings one child. This thing will bring the whole BOQ, but since I do not have any record, maybe for the next time, or maybe we will have a session tomorrow again, and we can run this case. So, do you have any question here, or Sam?
Sorry, what? Have any questions? You said.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Is it okay? Does it meet your requirement that you are taking your stuff, your project name and number, and the items you are working with?
Hello, SMV. You are saying we can scan the items. How will scan this?
You can scan it here. You see, I'll go to show you. You see, for each item there should be a barcode here. Let's say I'll go to my user first to configure it first, because it requires some configuration. So before you go and scan any item, Fahad, you have to define the barcode for that item. Let's say pile work. So pile work is my item, and here it is going to be a store item. It must be a store item, and you have to tag this thing, maintain stock check on to be make an inventory or store item. Otherwise it will remain as service item. So you see, here are the barcodes, and you have to define that what exactly is the barcode length or the number, and you have to define it here like this and save it. So as soon as you save it,
Okay,
this
okay,
number
you're going
is
to say we have to give barcode number first.
for first on item. Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand. I was considering you were saying we can scan any item, just like any blocks, and he will automatically put the name.
Yeah, obviously, there must barcode is a unique
You
ID.
have to. We have to pay. Yes, I know. We
You
have
see,
to give the data first, then he can.
so you see, I'll show you now. Now, if you start typing the same number, the system is going to bring that item. You see,
Okay.
automatically. This is how.
Okay, understand. Okay,
So,
understand.
and
And for another question for this group of items, if we are working on Blockworks, we have to make previously on BOQ the same coding. Then he will pick.
you're right, Fahad. You're right, and I'll show you here. You see, in the quantity survey, you create a BOQ. any quantity surveying department is going to create a POQ where they are going to
Okay.
pull individual items or maybe a bundle item. Bundle item has a
Bundle of items.
parent or child
Okay.
relationship. Parent or child relationship. Meaning one parent is defined for multiple child. That if I'm going to pull,
Multiple items.
so if I open any, I go to the bundle item list. So I say this is a bundle item list. So if I go to let's say create a lentil. So you see for this thing, system has defined that this is the parent item, this is the grandparent item, and for one of cubic meter of lentil, you need these two child items with this much quantity. You understand? So if you pull this item in your POQ, system will bring these two and populate in the child table in your material request document these two only, not this one. Yeah. Because you are then
Okay.
define these two. So you understand? Yani one parent for this quantity. These are two childs which are going to be populated, and these two are controlled for stock keeping and warehousing. This is just to define the relationship.
Yes. Okay.
So if I go back,
And
I'll show
now
you.
can you yes go
I'll
back to the request form.
I'll go back to the material request and I'll show you if I pull the lentil, how does it look like? And you see, if I open any purchase request, and you see, if I remove all lines, so it will make you more easy to understand here. You see, I remove all lines, and if I pull from here the lentil, you see, and you can add the quantity here. As soon as you pull it, you see those two with the same measurements and quantities are pulled because the lentil parent item contains these two charts. This is how it has been defined as a bundle item, and this is how you are going to be pulling it up in your material request document. And if you can pull it up one by one as well, like this, Yani. You can search under take for you see the same item will start appearing, which you can pick and choose one by one like this, Yani. But since it is already created as a bundle at the time of the POQ by quantity surveyor department, so things are there. You just need to make sure that you should have the idea, but you should have at least POQ details so that you can start pushing it up, pulling it up all those information which already quantity surveyor department has established, and just this will also make a connection because you are not jumping a POQ. You are also requesting within. Requesting some items within the BOQ itself. So this you will not be jumping the parameters on the BOQ because BOQ is the main document for a project. Yani. That is what.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And one thing more. In the request form, can we add the supplier?
This is just a request document. Yani. Requesting is here from a site. Yani, you're requesting only the item. So the items does not require to be tagged at the time. At this point of time, you do not need to tag the request with the supplier. Yet. It is going to be done at the time of because let's say Osam is requesting for this project.
Okay.
Osam is an engineer. Yani. He can refer a supplier, but he is not supposed to be working with the supplier because he is not a purchaser. So what he can what
Yes.
I can give you a box here.
The brand, because we have to give them the brand. We need this brand. They can purchase from any supplier, but brands are submittal. We have to give them.
No,
We need this brand. We need.
I'm going to I'm configuring the grid. The information is already so many information is there. But this requires you to configure something in a way that you want it. You see, now your grid is different now. Yani this is the table grid. It has so many fields here. But those so many fields cannot bring it up front here. So from here you can bring up front maximum 10 fields against which you can define you can set the width as well. So you see my first column item width is 3. It is more order than the other column. So I can control all the stuff like this. There are so many fields here which I can bring up front here in the from here. So you see, this is my. There are so many spaces here, so no need to make it 3, make it 2, because 2 is enough here. So you see, so now this space is more looking good. And brand, I just pull the brand up front here. It's blank because in the item there is no brand set. For example, if I go to the item, I'll go to the item and I'll show you why it is not coming, why it is blank. So you see, if you go to the item, this is item master. The item master is some controlled record. You have to make sure that you should not make a duplicate here. Or you should, if you have created one item master, for the rest of the time you have to use it. So you see here in the description, you see the brand. So if it is empty, that is why it is not coming. So you have to type the data here, and then system will automatically fetch. Let's say any brand. Just for the sake of understanding, I'm just I declare this item brand as any brand. Save it. Now if I pull the same item again in your material request document, system will bring the brand automatically. So you see, I'm going to copy it and I'll paste the item again. As soon as I paste the item again, system will bring the brand automatically. See? This thing. So this is how the item master has to be uploaded with the brand. And you see this description. This is the description of the item. Not only that you can write the description of the item, but you can also write the supplier name here. Just type supplier name here, like this. It will serve the purpose of requesting that what do you want, from where do you want, which brand, what date, how much quantity, and for which store location, site location or site store. You got it, Fahad?
Yes, I got it.
Yes, so please give me your email address so I can create your user. Osam, do you have any question?
No, so far no.
Do you understand? Do you understand how this thing is working? Osam?
Yes. Hello.
I mean, do you understand how does material request is working, Yani?
Yes, so far. And just for verification, you will save the recording in case I want to go back check something.
Yeah, I'll
And
see.
Mr. Hassan, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any report we can see, is there any report we can see our reports? How many reports we have requests we have provided?
Yes, you're right. Yani. You see, material request is my document. If you click here, you will see the list of the material requests. This is the list where you create your records, and those all line up in here. This is filter. You can remove the filter from here. So you will see all of your records. If you turn the list view into report view, so system will show you the same database in Excel format. The same columns are working like Excel. Same filtering and sorting and data is
Okay.
converted into a
Okay.
database into Excel, and you see this is your reports. These are your reports.
Okay.
So you see,
Okay. And if we receive some material, our request has been fulfilled, and that will be removed from here.
this is kind of a report. The reports are going to be look like this. Man. So what is your question? Sorry, I did not get it. But
There's two type. I need two type of report. One like this, how many requests I have been made, and the second, if my request is fulfilled by the purchase department, so that request should be removed from here. Only show balance to fulfill request.
yeah, you're right. You see, can you please focus here, or maybe I'll show you. It is more. Since the data is not any, we did not create a record here. So as soon as your company and you
Okay.
guys are going to be creating a record, I'll show you some fulfilled records here. So it is more easy to understand you that how does it look like, Yani. It is same as your instance, yani. So you see, if I go back to material request, you can search. There is a search bar here. You can directly search
Okay.
the respective record here. So you see, if you reach to the material request here, you can also see the same yani this is the list of material requests. I can see right from here that this is my request number, and you see this is the
Okay.
percentage of the GRN, and this is percentage of the order. That based on my
Okay.
based on my request, how much items are ordered from the total request, and either those are received in the warehouse or not. And how come this information is coming into the list of the material request? Because you created a material request, and based on material request, system is connecting each other, each record. You see, based on material request, my purchase order is linked, my GRN is linked,
Help you.
my project is linked, and my cost center is linked. And that is why that is why system is coming back to update your material request document. So how these records are
Okay.
created, any this is I will talk about tomorrow. How you can create the PO based on
Okay. Okay. This is our request form, and we will GRL now when we create GRL.
yeah,
If we have the access to GRL,
I will yes
access for GRL.
yes Parth, you have access for GRN, and so we just talked today for material request. Tomorrow we are going to talk about purchase order and GRN.
Okay.
See the purchase
So
order
I
and the
can
GRN.
see. I can also see that these request item was. If I want to see this item, how many times requested?
Yeah,
One.
you can. For example, Yani, I'll show you how you can do it, how you can see it. Yani, for example, if you go to see, if you open any request, uh,
Yes.
and if you go to any item, let's go to this item. You can go to the item master like this. Yani, these are all hyperlinks. Yani, you click them, and system will
Okay.
take you there. You see, even item has a dashboard. So based on the
Okay.
dashboard, you can see how many material requests were created for this item, how many quotations, how many
Okay.
purchases. And if I click on this I click in here, system will only show me 3 purchase order containing the elements only. MashaAllah. This is in fact demo instance where everybody is working. So just a minute, Yani. Just
Okay. I will share you my email ID and
no,
create
no,
for password for me.
just a minute, I'll show you. So you see here I have a purchase order, and if I open
Okay.
and if I go to the item master, the same
Okay.
item, the same item master is also going to be reflecting me on the dashboard that how many records are in which this particular the this particular item is used. You see, if I click on the purchase order, system will take me only and applied a filter or advanced filter that I'm here in the purchase order list. System applied me a
Okay.
filter that only bring the item that contains this particular water pump from the POs. So you see, only one PO is reflecting because that PO contains the same item. If you remove, you will start appearing all POs in here, and that particular item. If you go in, you can see that particular water pump, in the item table. So if you click here, you will go back to the list of the purchase order and remove any. These are standard filters. These are advanced filters. Remove it, and
Okay.
you will start seeing every record. Yeah. So tomorrow we will, based on your material request, we will create purchase orders, and we will create the GRN, and
Okay.
you will see the updated these updated field here for your material request.
Okay.
So I'm going to share this recording after the meeting, and send me You can do
You
your.
can write it. I will show.
You have. Are you in the group in the WhatsApp group Skyline?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Please
Yes,
send
I'm in
respond.
the group.
Send me your email ID, and I'll send you back your user credentials. And Osam also. So what I want you to please create one or two record of material request and come back tomorrow same time, and we will move forward.
Okay, I will.
Shukran, Osam. Shukran. Shukran. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Shukran.
Alaikum
Shukran.
assalam.